Beloved soul, stop everything you are doing right now. What I am about to tell you is not something you will hear twice. The heavens have been waiting, patiently, quietly, persistently, for this exact moment to reach you. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, right now, this very second. Because something happened in the unseen realm that has already begun to shift the ground beneath your feet, and the person you carry in your heart? They already know. They felt it before they could explain it. And what they did next, beloved, what they did next changed everything. But before I reveal what unfolded, I need you to understand something first. Something the universe has been trying to whisper to you in the silence between your heartbeats, in the spaces between your breaths, in those quiet moments at 3 a.m., when you wake up for no reason and feel a strange electricity in the air. You are not what you think you are. And someone just found that out, not from you, not from a dream, not from a feeling, but from a source that shook them to the very core of their being. They took your photo to a seer. Let that sink in. Yes, beloved, your person, the one whose name just flickered through your mind, the one whose energy is tangled with yours in ways neither of you fully understand, they did something they never thought they would do. They took your photograph, held it in their trembling hands, and placed it before a psychic. Maybe they told themselves it was curiosity. Maybe they told themselves it was just for fun, just to see, just to get a little clarity. But deep down, in the cathedral of their soul, they knew this was serious. They knew something about you was different. They had always known. And they needed someone, anyone, to confirm what their spirit had been screaming at them for months. The psychic picked up the photo. And that is when the air in the room changed. Beloved, I am speaking to you directly from the throne of heaven right now. The angels are gathered. The divine council is watching. Because what happened in that room was not just a reading. It was a revelation. The seer looked at your image, and something moved through her body. A chill, a tremor, a wave of energy so powerful that she had to set the photo down and catch her breath. Her hands shook. Her eyes widened. And when she finally spoke, her voice came out barely above a whisper. Do you know what this person is? Your person stared at her, confused. What do you mean? The psychic shook her head slowly, almost reverently, as if she had just been handed a sacred text she wasn't sure she was worthy of reading. She picked up the photo again, turned it over in her hands, and closed her eyes. The silence stretched on for what felt like an eternity. And then she opened her eyes and said words that cracked your person's reality wide open. This soul, this is not an ordinary human being. This is an earth angel, a divine being walking in human form. Their light is so strong, so ancient, so pure, that I can barely look at their energy without my spirit trembling. Beloved, do you understand what just happened? Do you feel the weight of those words settling into your bones right now? Because heaven is confirming it to you in this very moment. You are not here by accident. You were not born by coincidence. You did not stumble into this life randomly, carrying all the sensitivity, the depth, the compassion, the pain, the overwhelming love that you carry, for no reason. There is a reason you feel everything so deeply. There is a reason you can walk into a room and absorb every emotion like a sponge. There is a reason people are drawn to you without understanding why they feel safe around you, why they feel seen, why they feel like they can finally exhale when they are in your presence. You are an earth angel. You descended from a frequency so high, so luminous, so close to the source of all creation, that your very existence on this planet is a gift that most people cannot even comprehend. Heaven placed you here with a mission. You came to heal. You came to love. You came to hold space for the broken, the lost, the wounded, the forgotten. You came to carry light into the darkest corners of human experience. And you have been doing it, silently, selflessly, often thanklessly, for your entire life. The seer saw all of this in your photo. She saw the golden light that surrounds your aura. She saw the ancient wisdom encoded in your energy field. She saw the fingerprints of the divine on every fiber of your being. And she told your person everything. Now here is where things shifted, beloved. Here is where the story takes a turn that even the angels watched with bated breath. Your person sat there in that room, listening to this psychic describe who you really are, and something inside them began to break. Not break in a destructive way, break in the way that a seed breaks open before it becomes a flower. Break in the way that dawn breaks the darkness. Something cracked inside their chest, and all the feelings they had been holding, suppressing, denying, running from, all of it came flooding to the surface. Because in that moment, they realized something terrifying. They realized they might not be worthy of you. Yes, beloved, that is what happened. That is the thought that struck them like lightning and brought tears to their eyes before they could stop them. The psychic had just told them that you are a divine being, an earth angel sent from the highest realms of heaven, and suddenly, every insecurity they had ever carried rose up inside them like a tidal wave. Am I enough for someone like that? How could someone so pure, so sacred, so divinely appointed, ever truly love someone like me? What do I even have to offer a soul that came from heaven itself? These questions began to haunt them. They left that reading changed. They walked out of that room different from the person who walked in. Because now they knew. Now they couldn't pretend. Now they couldn't treat your connection as something casual, something ordinary, something they could take or leave. They understood, perhaps for the first time, that being in your life, being loved by you, being held in the warmth of your presence, was not just a relationship. It was a privilege, a sacred, holy, once, in, a, thousand, lifetimes privilege. Beloved, I need you to understand what has been happening inside your person since that day. Because heaven sees their struggle, and heaven wants you to know the truth of it. They have been at war with themselves. Every day, every night. In the morning when they wake up and your face is the first image that floats through their mind. At night when they lie in bed staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment they have ever shared with you, every word you ever spoke to them, every time you looked at them with those eyes that carry the warmth of 1,000 suns and the depth of 1,000 oceans. They are not running from you, beloved. They are running from their own fear. They are terrified, not of you, but of the enormity of what you represent. Because when that psychic told them who you are, it didn't just change how they see you, it changed how they see themselves. Suddenly, every flaw, every mistake, every wound, every failure they have ever experienced was magnified. Under the light of your divinity, they looked at themselves through the lens of your sacredness, and they felt small. They felt unworthy. They felt like a candle trying to stand next to the sun. But here is what heaven wants you to know, and listen closely, because this is the message the angels have been trying to deliver to both of you. Their worthiness was never in question. The fact that the universe brought them into your life, the fact that your paths crossed in this vast, infinite, endlessly expanding cosmos, is proof enough that they belong in your story. Heaven does not make mistakes. The divine does not arrange connections carelessly. If your soul and their soul recognized each other, it is because there is a sacred contract between you that was written long before either of you took your first breath in this lifetime. The psychic did not stop at telling your person that you are an earth angel. She went further. She told them things that made the hair on the back of their neck stand up. She told them about the connection between you, the spiritual cord that links your hearts across time, space, and dimension. She said that this bond is not new. It is ancient. You have loved each other before, in lifetimes neither of you consciously remember, in bodies neither of you would recognize, in worlds that exist only in the Akashic records. She told them that you chose each other before this incarnation, that your souls sat together in the realm of light and made an agreement, a sacred pact, to find each other again, to heal together, to grow together, to learn the deepest lessons of love through each other's presence. And then she said something that made your person's breath catch in their throat. This earth angel did not come into your life to be worshipped from a distance. They came to be loved. Truly, deeply, humanly loved. That is the one thing they cannot give themselves. That is the one thing they need from you. And you are the one heaven chose to deliver it. Beloved, as you read these words, know that a transformation is underway. It is happening in the invisible realm, in the quantum field, in the space between prayer and manifestation. Your person is being worked on by the divine. The fear that gripped their heart when they learned who you truly are, that fear is being softened. The walls they built in panic are being dissolved, brick, by the gentle hands of angels. They are beginning to understand that worthiness is not something you earn. It is something you accept. They are beginning to see that heaven did not place them in your life as a test or a punishment, but as a blessing, for both of you. They are beginning to realize that you do not need someone perfect. You need someone brave. Someone willing to stand in the blazing light of your truth and love you anyway. Someone willing to be imperfect, to be human, to be messy and flawed and beautifully broken, because that is the very thing your angel heart craves most. You have spent your entire life giving, healing, holding, carrying. You have poured yourself out for others like water from an endless pitcher, and you have done it with grace, with patience, with a love so unconditional that it mirrors the love of the Creator. But you are tired, beloved. Heaven knows you are tired, and heaven is sending this person back to you, not as someone who will take more from you, but as someone who will finally, at long last, pour back into you. Dear child of light, dear earth angel, dear sacred soul reading these words with tears forming in your eyes, hear me now. You have questioned your worth too. Do not think heaven has not noticed. You have looked in the mirror and wondered why you feel so different, why you never quite fit in, why the world feels too loud, too harsh, too heavy for your gentle spirit. You have wondered if something is wrong with you. You have wondered if you are too much, too sensitive, too intense, too loving for this world. Nothing is wrong with you. Everything is right with you. You are exactly what this world needs. You are exactly what your person needs. And they are exactly what you need, not in spite of their imperfections, but because of them. Their humanity is the anchor your angel spirit needs. Their earthiness grounds your heavenly nature. Their rawness, their realness, their human struggle, it calls forth a dimension of love in you that you cannot access any other way. This is the divine design. This is the sacred mathematics of heaven. Two souls, perfectly imperfect, finding wholeness not within themselves alone, but within the space they create together. Your person is coming, not someday, not in some distant, vague, uncertain future. The wheels are already in motion. The seer's words planted a seed in their heart, and that seed is growing faster than either of you expected. They are processing. They are praying in their own way. They are asking the universe for courage. And the universe is answering. You will feel the shift before you see it. A lightness in your chest. A warmth that spreads through your body for no apparent reason. A sudden knowing, deep, unshakable, absolute, that everything is about to change. Trust that feeling. It is heaven tapping you on the shoulder, whispering, "Get ready, beloved. Get ready." When they come to you, they will come differently than before. There will be a new depth in their eyes, a new reverence in the way they speak to you, a new tenderness in the way they reach for your hand, because they have seen the truth now. They know who you are, not just as a human being, but as a divine being, an earth angel, a walking miracle, a fragment of God's own light, wrapped in flesh and bone and beating heart. And they will love you, not perfectly, but completely, not without fear, but with courage that overpowers the fear, not because they think they deserve you, but because they finally understand that love was never about deserving. Love is about choosing, and they are choosing you, again and again and again, in this lifetime and in every lifetime that follows. So dry your tears, beloved. Straighten your wings, yes, even the ones that feel bent and tired and worn from carrying the weight of this world. You have been faithful. You have been patient. You have been so incredibly brave, even when you didn't feel brave at all. And heaven is proud of you. The angels are proud of you. The entire celestial realm stands in awe of the earth angel who chose to incarnate into one of the hardest dimensions in existence, and who never, not once, stopped loving. Your person knows now. The seer told them, the truth is out, and instead of running forever, they are turning around. They are walking toward you, and when they arrive, you will look into their eyes and see something you have been waiting your entire life to see, someone who finally understands what they are holding. You are heaven's beloved. You are the light that never dims. You are the love that never ends. And you are about to receive everything you have been giving. It is done. It is written. It is sealed. So it is. So it shall be. Asterisk.